What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Casper's Kicks. Once again, appreciate y'all for stopping and checking out the channel. So, we have made it to Thursday. The week is almost over, and we had an interesting release of the Air Jordan 4 Black Canvas yesterday, or like I'm recording this video Wednesday night, but yesterday for y'all when y'all are watching it. So, yeah, it was a rather interesting drop, and honestly, it was a little rough for some odd reason. I really don't know why, but yeah. So, going to talk about that and then a couple other things going on in the sneaker world as well. So basically this video is just going to be one giant daily lace up, which if you're new to my channel is just basically a sneaker update of everything going on. So yeah, that's what this whole video is going to be. So we'll go ahead and start off with just the drops for today. So we had several different drops that happened today. So one, of course, being the Air Jordan 4 Black Canvas. We had two dunks drop on the Nike app in their grade school dunks. And then we also had a wheat dunk and a wheat aired up tempo that dropped as well. So starting off with the Black Canvas. Now I mentioned previously when it was supposed to drop on Saturday that I had the stock numbers that were loaded on Saturday, and I can't say that their numbers were pretty much the same. There was only like a slight difference, but it wasn't anything major. So starting off with the men's pairs, they had a men's 3.5 through men's 18. There were 63,882 men's pairs on the sneakers app. The most being, looks like 10 through 11 at the most stock, which is pretty normal with these shoes. Moving to the grade school, they had 3.5Y to 7Y, and the total stock on there was 17,289. Most being 7Y. That was the highest that had the most amount of stock numbers in that size. So a decent amount of pairs. I'm sure there would have been more, but you know, just how circumstances go. I'm sure we'll get more pairs on the sneakers app at some point. You know, they're good to do a Jordan Reserve or a second chance at some point later down the line, so I would expect that with these Jordan 4 Black Canvas. Now, the reason why this drop was just kind of crazy, it was the weirdest thing. So whenever 9 o'clock happened, I went to go buy, like where you go and enter your, not enter your information, but go and press purchase and all that. The button wasn't there. Like at first, well, it was there to start, and I would click it, and it wouldn't let me open up where my card information goes, the shipping information, and all that. I couldn't click it. The price showed, but I just couldn't press it. So I didn't know what the deal was. I closed the app, opened it back up, went back in, and then that price button was just gone. Like there was nothing there at all. I was really confused, honestly, as to where it was. So I tried again, like scrolling and seeing if it would pop up. Nothing popped up, so I was like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna check out the GS dunks and do those, and then I'll come back for the Jordan 4. Everything was a let everyone order, so just first come first serve, basically, where you just get in and you wait a couple minutes to see if you got the shoe. So I switched over to the Nike app, entered the dunks on there, went back to the sneakers app to try and enter the 4s again. And finally, it was able to work, but the system was super glitchy for some odd reason. I really don't know what was up with the sneakers out today. I'm sure other people had the same issues. If y'all did, let me know in the comments if you experienced just a glitchy sneakers app today trying to enter for the Black Canvas 4s. But I was finally able to, after some trials, I was able to enter and get in there. When I did grade school sizes as well, it was able to enter for grade school as well. And yeah, I just took an L on the 4s today. It just wasn't a good drop on sneakers today, in my opinion. And the other weird thing was, I know like Sneaker Fetish had tweeted about it today, but sometimes when on the sneakers app, in order to pull up like the size screen and all that, it has to scan your face. And it sounds like the sneakers app was only doing that for certain accounts, so I'm not sure if there's something they're slowly rolling out. I've seen it pop up on mine several times where you have to scan your face in order to be able to proceed with the purchase. So that was nothing new to me, but to see that other people were like, oh, that's never happened to me, was actually very interesting. So that was everything with the Air Jordan 4 Black Canvas. Hopefully we get some more at some point, either through Second Chance or Jordan Reserve or something like that. Y'all know they're good to drop more pairs of stuff. Now moving to the dunks. Like I mentioned, there were two GS dunks that dropped, and one was this, I guess, like the Homer Simpson kind of colorway, that blue and yellow, and white, and then you had a racer blue dunk as well. So for that Homer dunk, it was size 3.5Y to 7Y, and they had 3,436, so not a ton of pairs. I was able to get a size 7 in these, so I will show that shoe whenever I get it. And then the blue dunk that had 3.5Y again to 7Y, and the total stock on those was 960. So stock was just very low on those. But like I said, I did take a dub on the first dunk, that blue, white, and yellow dunk. So like I said, whenever I get that shoe in hand, I will do some type of review on it if it's worth doing a review over, or I'll just show y'all real quick in a separate video. So that is everything with those drops. And then last but not least, like I mentioned, we had the two wheat dunks that dropped, or the wheat dunk that dropped and the wheat air up tempo. Both were still in stock on the sneakers app, so if you're interested in them, yeah, you can still get them now. It's 10 o'clock on Wednesday night. They're still there. They almost have a full size running both. So yeah, and looks like both are in women's sizes. So if you're any woman that want these, they're on the sneakers app. Sticking with the sneakers app, we have two releases today. That is the women's Air Jordan 3 black and gold, and then the Air Jordan 11 low IE light or wood brown. By the time y'all see this video, that drop will have already happened. So if you go for the shoe and you're able to cop them, let me know in the comments. I think for me, I'll be passing on both of these. Yeah, not really my favorites of the Jordans that are dropping this week. So yeah, easy pass for me. I had the opportunity to get the black and golds early, but yeah, I just kind of passed on it. It just really wasn't worth it in my opinion. So that was that. And then also, it was a lot of sneakers today. We also had a sneakers pass today on the Nike Dunk Low Olives. The closest place to me was in Dallas. I know Atlanta had them as well. I don't know outside of those two locations who else had the sneakers pass, but I wasn't able to enter. So I know my local Nike store, they actually did first come first serve on the Dunk Low Olives. So check your local Nike if you have one, and just see if they're doing, if they have out any dunks or anything like that, because they randomly will just restock stuff and put it out at the store. Alright, so moving on to something else. So if y'all know, we had the release of the Air Force One off-white in the Brooklyn color. That is that lime green color. That was a couple weeks ago where they had the sneakers pass in Brooklyn, and then they had the drop on the Nike app as well. So earlier today, the canary yellow Instagram actually tweeted out a picture of the off-white Brooklyns, the off-white Air Force One Brooklyns, and people were just like, okay, like, what's going on? Like, is something about the shock drop? Are we about to get these again on the Canary website? If you're not familiar with the Canary Yellow website, they just randomly shock drop off-whites on there all the time. So it wouldn't shock me if we get a shock drop on these at all. People weren't sure if it was going to be today or if it was going to be some other day, so it didn't happen today, so I'm assuming at some point we could be getting that. All I can say is just be on the lookout and be quick whenever it does drop, because the shoes will fly on the Canary Yellow website. They do every time. They fly quickly. So that is that one. If you're interested in it, I'll be trying for it if I can get it. But if not, it is what it is. Now, last but not least, let's talk about these Air Jordan 1 Lost and Founds, the Chicago Air Jordan 1s that are set to come out in November. We're coming up on, what, a month away from that drop. So there was basically a report from Mr. Unloved Ones on Twitter. If you're not familiar with him, he talks a lot about sneakers. I do recommend giving him a follow, but he said that there will be over 500 pairs of the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Founds. Now, and I keep messing with my eyes because they're dry, but yeah, there's supposed to be a ton of pairs of these Lost and Found ones, and basically it's just supposed to bring hype back to the Air Jordan 1. Now, 500,000 sounds like a lot. I'm not going to lie, it does, but in essence, when you think about it, like the Air Jordan 11s, when they make those every year, they probably make double 500,000, because there's been several reports over the past couple years when the 11s come out that there's close to 1 million pairs or over 1 million pairs of these 11s. So the 11s, like, they're easy to get if you put in the footwork and actually like attempt to get them. You can get them, and that's not 1 million pairs. Now, so I'm curious to see how 500,000 pairs will work. Will it be easy cop, or is it going to be more difficult? I can see it being more of a difficult drop if you don't put in any footwork. I think you're going to have to enter your raffles, so forth and so on, local boutiques, neighborhood stores. Foot Locker may get them. From what I believe Mr. Unloved One said, select Foot Lockers will get them. So it's just going to be waiting to see. They could. We don't know if Finish Line and JD are going to get them. Hopefully they do. But it's just going to be one of those things where you just kind of wait and see where all they go. I know in my Heirloom 1 video, I mentioned that I put out the list in that video of the neighborhood stores in the country. So go check out that video if you're interested in any of the neighborhood stores. But yeah, I'm curious to see how this Lost and Found drop is going to go, especially when there's going to be so many pairs. I still think you're gonna have to put in your footwork to get them. You can't just like walk into the store and find them. You're gonna have to put in your work to actually get these. But that is everything I have for this video. Hopefully you had luck copying anything this morning, or if you're going for any of the shoes that dropped today, let me know as well. And let me know how you feel about having 500,000 pairs of lost and found ones on November 19th. As always, I appreciate y'all for stopping in. Go and subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and all the notification bells so you can stay today when I post new content. As always, trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so go ahead and subscribe or like the video if you have not already. But stay safe and stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.